So if you want a better understanding of what I'm about to break down exactly, I want you to go ahead, press pause on this video and go watch my key level identifying video. And that way you can come back here and actually understand why we took this setup. So if I take you over to my actual charts, I took this trade yesterday on GA. Because and let me tell you why I took the trade. Now overall, if we going over what's really happening, overall right now price is technically in a uptrend. We are making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. What I noticed is when price came into this zone, in between these two zones, it came up, and then as you can see clear as day, wick, these long wicks, wick down, literally all the way across the board, showing me that price did not have the momentum that it needed to continue up. Now my bias, and you can go back to my key level identifying key level video, I told you exactly what my bias was for the week, but it hasn't played out yet. My bias is we're still in the uptrend, so ultimately I'm looking for buys. But does that mean that we cannot counter trend trade? If you don't know what counter trend trading means, it's exactly what it sounds like, counter trend trading. I am going against the trend in a trade, and I know for a fact that we are in an uptrend, but we all know, and if you haven't watched my market structure video, please make sure to go watch that. We all know that price makes higher highs and higher lows in an uptrend, right? It's simple. So what did I see happening? On the charts? And I want to take you over to a clean chart just so we can get a better look at it. So what did I see happening? I seen price come up, broke out of this consolidating range, might I add, broke up, came up, made a higher high, came back down, higher low, broke up, made a higher high, right? But then as you can see, price started to wiggle around, consolidating in this zone. So what did I do? All I did was took note of exactly what was happening. And before I put this zone here, just look at what price is doing at this major key level. And if I drag this over, if you don't know why it's a major key level, if I drag this over, price came up and rejected it. It was support and resistance, and there's also supply and demand in this area. So I'll be making a video on that later on as well. So I'm looking at this key level, and as you can see, like, this is such a textbook trade. It was so simple to take. Now it could have went against me. Remember that it was nothing is 100% in trading. Always remember that everything is a probability. But I'm looking at what price is doing at this key level: rejection, doji, pin bars, rejection, pin bar. I'm like, okay, price doesn't want to break past this. So what do? We take our box right here and we draw a zone, and it makes it make even more sense, right? And I'm like, okay, price clearly doesn't have enough momentum to push up the way it needs to. So it needs to go back down, grab some liquidity. I'll make a video on that as well. Don't worry. I know I'm yapping right now, but that's why I've been making these videos back to back, because I want you all to be able to watch these videos in order, or whatever, however you want to watch them, binge watch them, and understand these concepts for free 99. And if you haven't noticed that I'm putting them all in the playlist, so you can watch these videos all together in the cookbook playlist. But so I see prices rejecting over and over again. So I go down to the hour time frame, and now I'm just waiting for an entry. If you don't know, I wake up at 2 a.m. every single day to trade the London session. So I'm up and I see my entry signal. So what were my confluences? If you don't know what a confluence is, a confluence is just a checklist of what you need to see in order to take a trade. So I see clear as day that price does not want to break this area. If it did, it would have broke, came up, retested, maybe not, but it was not breaking this area. It was rejecting on the 4-hour time frame, a very powerful time frame to pay attention to. So if we were to add text here, I would say 4-hour rejections. 4-hour rejection on key level. All right, that was confluence number 1. Cool. What was my next confluence? My next confluence was price action. Pay attention to what price action is giving you. Just real quick, I can show you a million different times that I could have gotten in this trade. We have, and I want to show you guys exactly. We have a bearish engulfing pattern right here. Let me highlight that. Let me change the color. We're gonna make it yellow, and we're gonna make it a little bit of a deeper yellow. Okay, whatever. Okay, we have a bearish engulfing right there. Let me take this same thing, copy and paste. We have another bearish engulfing. You could have got in off of that. Okay, we have a bearish variation. We have bearish, whoa, take your time. We have twin, I forgot the name of this pattern. It's twin somethings. If you know the name of that pattern, tell me. And we also have bearish variations here. We have a bearish variation here. Like, price is literally telling you, hey guys, I'm really not trying to push up. We have another bearish variation right here. Boom. Come on, like, come on. So I'm looking at this and I'm noticing, so here we are, it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm sitting here on the charts, of course, putting in my chart time, taking my courses, listening to my motivation and everything else I do in the morning. And I see this bearish engulfing break back down. I said, you know what? Let's see what it's hitting on. And just to make sure, I want you guys to see exactly where I got in. So I got in. I didn't get in at this first bearish engulfing right here because I still wanted to wait because we were still trading above the key level. Okay, we were trading above this key level. So I waited for price to show me that it wanted to break below this key level, and then I simply took the sell right here, got in somewhere around this area. I'm pretty sure I scaled down to like a 15-minute time frame. That I know for a fact I scaled down to a 15-minute time frame for my entry. Probably got in off of somewhere in here. Actually, I can tell you the exact price I got in at because it's right here. I got in at the 92187 area. So let's change that just so we can get 9218. Oh, I was pretty much already there. Boom. And then what was my targets? Okay, let's go back up in the time frames. I don't really like setting my targets on a lower time frame. And then my stop loss was above you know, the key level was above that zone that price couldn't break. So what am I targeting? So one thing I noticed was that this area right here, right? Price came down to this area and rejected it multiple times, right? Multiple times. Let me zoom in so we can get a better look. Multiple times. Price came here and rejected this multiple times. So what was this? This was my TP1. Let me add that right here. This was my take profit 1. Worst case scenario, this is where I was going to take my profit, but my full take profit was all the way down at this key level right here. Because go back and watch the key level video. Go back and watch the support and resistance video. Go back and watch the cookbook playlist, okay? And you will see exactly what I did because I practice what I preach. So here I am, and this trade took a minute. This trade was from pretty much 5 a.m. Thursday. You can see right there at the bottom, maybe not, it's really small, but from 5 a.m. Thursday, and it just closed this morning at about 6 o'clock. I remember it was about 6:10, 6:20, and I was late to the gym. Usually I'm at the gym at 5:30, but I wanted to edit and upload that market structure video that I posted today. And I wanted to get that out. So here I am. I got in the car, finally got my gym bag together and everything. Got in the car and I said, you know what? I'm sitting there and I didn't let it go all the way to the key zone. I literally got out maybe up here. I got out at a it was like a 2 point. I didn't get my full 3 to 3. I got like a 2.98, something weird. And if I would have held on a little while longer, I would have got the full TP, but I was up $1,500. Now, if we go over to Trade Locker, actually no, Bump Trade Locker, let me show you guys what I'm doing exactly right now. So as you all can see, there is no cap in my wrap. Today we hit our 1,500 dollar profit. And I can also show you, if you look down here, you see we made 1,500, we net 1,464. The reason why this trade, don't pay attention to this trade, don't pay attention to this trade. The reason why I took this trade was because I didn't think that I was going to find a trade, and just for consistency purposes for the funded account, I took that trade and got right out. But then I saw this opportunity here as well. Same markups on Trade Locker. But if we go back here, as you can see, this put me up 3%. edit a 3% in there. Edit a 3% in there. So essentially, it put me up about 3%. And what I'm doing right now is the free trial to see if I can hit the 5%, because when you do this and you hit the 5%, you can convert the 5% over to an actual live challenge. And then from there, I will only need to gain another 5%. So that's what I'm doing right now. We are currently up pretty much 3%. And hopefully by next week, we can get another 2% secured, just so we can go and move into the actual 50K challenge. But that's pretty much a textbook trade, like I said. But yeah, it was pretty much a textbook trade. So we saw the 4-hour rejections. We saw the 1 hour. We saw the 1 hour bearish. Let's just put bearish price action. So that was confluence number 2. And we were also getting a 4-hour rejection just off of that zone in general. So let me put zone. So I'm seeing rejection, bearish price action, more rejection. So, and I knew it was a counter trend trade. So we did trade the pullback. Now, we all know that the trend is your friend, okay? The trend is your friend. And if you go back to my key level video, I told you guys exactly what I was waiting for. Now, I didn't get in this trade. In my key level video, I said I'm waiting for price to pull back, which it did. And I'm going to find an entry off of the key level. Now, and it gave me that. Honestly, it gave me that. It gave me this hammer right here. So let's just say, for instance, my rule is I don't trade on Fridays. I trade Monday through Thursday. I don't trade Fridays. But I could have easily gotten this trade, and now I'm riding the wave back up. And honestly, this first key level would be my TP1. Boom. But I would hope to see on this time around, now that it came back down for some liquidity, that this would be my full TP right here. What, and Tar Nation? This would be my full TP. Now, let's just put full TP right there. Bop. Now, if price, this is what I'm hoping for. Now, if price comes back down and gives me a double bottom, let's just say price comes back down, and I missed a trade on gold. One of the guys in the Discord that I'm in, one of the guys caught the trade. I told him if it came back down, I'll get in, but it never came back down. That John skyrocketed all the way up. But for GA, since it's so far away from the key level, I'm not looking for entries anywhere in between the zone. Remember that. We do not look for entries in between the zone. But if price were to come back down and give me a signal that it wants to continue on the bearish side of things, then this is where I would be looking for a trade opportunity. Why is that right there? This is where I'll be looking for a trade opportunity, somewhere in this area right here. Boom, in this zone. Somewhere in this zone right here. And guys, I'm choking. I be forgetting that I put that lock on the drawing tools when I'm using the arrow. So I would be looking for price to come back down to this area right here, back to the key level, show me signs, give me like a pattern like this, a pin bar, you know, on a high level time frame, the hour or the 4 hour, and then, you know, any kind of bearish variation, and then I'm riding the wave all the way back up. We riding the wave all the way back up. But if price doesn't give me that, then I'm just gonna let it do its thing and we'll catch the next trade. But that is how I made $1,500 today. Well, that's how I made $1,500 in one day trading Forex. It's been your boy Slim, the chef. Don't forget to hit that like button with a chef kiss. Subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace. Hey, Did you like that breakdown and want to understand exactly how I made that $1,500 in more detail? Go ahead and click this video right here. Go ahead. Click it. It's for you.